The Denver Nuggets are one win away from winning their first championship in franchise history after beating the Miami Heat tonight 108-95. Just a few things to take from this game because, if anything, if there was any indication in my video after Game 2, I still felt pretty good about the Nuggets winning this series in 5. Just because the Nuggets were rolling in Game 2, and then the Heat had a perfect fourth quarter, while the Nuggets also, didn't play great defensively, also had some bad shots and turnovers. But what a tough team. What a special run this has been for the Nuggets. And I guess this is more of a sort of reflective look back on their season, because watching this game, it made me think about, Aaron Gordon tonight was arguably the Nuggets' best player. He had 27 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, played great defense on Jimmy Butler. This whole series, Jimmy Butler has found success attacking Nuggets defenders not named Aaron Gordon. And after having a few tough games in the Lakers series, one of the games, Game 3, Aaron Gordon was benched in the fourth quarter for Jeff Green while the Nuggets closed it out. Aaron Gordon has had a nice bounce-back series. For a player that has had an all-star caliber year all season, and the reason I'm focusing on Aaron Gordon for a second is because I'm going back to that trade the Nuggets made back in the 2020-21 season, where they decided to build off of the bubble run they had, the previous season. And then the Nuggets decided to go all in, basically, by trading Gary Harris, who was oft injured after having a nice few years and had a nice contract extension. Remember, one of my early bouts on NBA Twitter with Twitter trolls was when Woj announced that Gary Harris's extension was 4 years, $80 million, and people were complaining. And I was like, people who think Gary Harris's contract was bad have watched like 2 Nuggets games, and then people tried to flame me alive. But I was standing firm in my conviction. And then Gary Harris, of course, with the injuries and stuff. But the Nuggets getting Aaron Gordon for Gary Harris, RJ Hampton, and a first-round pick was just a home run of a trade for the Nuggets at the time. I remember I said on my podcast when I was still doing podcasting that this was the perfect way to replace an aging Paul Millsap, get an athletic 3-4, maybe small ball 5 tweener to play off of Jokic, someone who can switch 1 through 4, 1 through 5. And Aaron Gordon, in the time that Jamal Murray was gone, in the time that Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. did not play last year, Aaron Gordon just spent time developing chemistry with Jokic, utilizing his athleticism and size for cutting, sealing off smaller defenders, knowing that Jokic is going to deliver a pinpoint pass. Then he starts picking up other things. There is a mystery with basketball and, osmosis within the game. And I imagine playing off of somebody like Jokic, you pick up a few things. When players cut, you get a better sense of when your teammates cut, what your teammates like to do on offense, what movements they're going to make, so you try to anticipate. And then the counters within the counters come with that. And Aaron Gordon worked on those while Murray and Porter Jr. were out. When that trade first happened, the Nuggets came out like gangbusters, looking like a contender. They beat the Clippers' ass on national television. And then the Murray injury hit a pause on everything. And then this year, and I made a video before the season started, why the Denver Nuggets were stone cold championship defenders. Or I think the title was why the Denver Nuggets were title contenders, full stop. Because everybody was coming back healthy. And, the idea of the trade at the time was if you make Aaron Gordon your 4th best player, you're probably going to be in contention for a while. And the game tonight and the way he's played since he's been in Denver, the way he's played off his best player, his best teammate, it was just a home run trade for the Nuggets. And then you go to The offseason moves. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope had a better game. Had a few great defensive plays. One where he stood up Jimmy on a post-up and got a strip. And then another one where he forced Bam Adebayo to finish over the top because Bam just can't take advantage of guys that are smaller than him on the switch. Bruce Brown. What a pickup for the Nuggets getting Bruce Brown. I mean, this guy, forget the player that we thought the Nuggets were getting at the beginning of the season, which was, Bruce Brown, he basically played as a big man or a small man masquerading as a big man with the Nets. Well, Bruce Brown has been doing a lot more ball handling this year, a lot more hard drives to the basket. Of course, he's a natural cutter, cutting off of Jokic, and really not just cutting off Jokic. Jamal Murray has been great playmaking all playoffs, all finals, all season. And the Nuggets just are an unselfish group of players that know how to play off of each other now. And Bruce Brown was great through 3 quarters, and then in the 4th quarter just went absolutely bananas with some timely strips, timely defensive plays, timely deflections that don't even show up in the box score. But, whenever Jimmy Butler catches a tough catch in the paint, Bruce Brown is there, hand ready to make a deflection before Jimmy Butler goes up for a layup. All the Nuggets pickups tonight, and this is why I'm focused on, this is more of a team win for the Nuggets as opposed to last game where Jokic and Murray just had absolute offensive masterclasses. And even though Jokic had a subpar game, he still had 23, 12, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. By the way, Jokic's defense was really good tonight. And as much as, people made a meme about, the kick balls whenever Jokic is in drop on pick and roll, Jokic stopped a few backdoor cuts, stopped a few, pocket passes from going through where you just knew the Heat were going to get a layup or a tic-tac-toe 3. Really great defense from Jokic tonight. And for the Heat, I don't really know what else you can do. Gabe Vincent, who has been really good these playoffs, has just been non-existent these last 2 games. Caleb Martin has come crashing back down to earth. Kyle Lowry's giving you steady minutes, but when Gabe Vincent isn't giving you that reliable shooting off the dribble and finishing that he had in the Boston series and the New York series, just the sources of offense are finite for this team really quick. I mean, Jimmy Butler, shot better in this game, but the Nuggets defense was just really good again. They were locking down. They were playing drop. The non-Jokic lineups, they were switching everything. That stretch in the 4th quarter where Jokic picked up that bullshit 5th foul was really big for the Nuggets. The Heat looked like they were going to carve into the lead. Jimmy Butler had an and one, I believe, to put the Heat within 5. And then Jamal Murray, right out of the timeout, Nuggets run their pet play. Jamal Murray gets a 3. Then Aaron Gordon is, located near the rim, finishes, quick 5-point swing there. And that's been the other secret sauce with the Nuggets too. The Jokic minutes have not been a disaster in any stretch of the imagination these playoffs. They have been mostly good, even in the Lakers series, and just really good stretches in this game. Jeff Green had a bad game for most of the, first 3 quarters, but in the 4th quarter, hit a big 3, part of that run where Jokic was on the bench. But for the Heat, the offense just comes tougher for them. Bam Adebayo's dribble handoff game was once again neutralized tonight. He had 3 assists and 8 turnovers. And look, some of them were on transition stuff where Jokic poked the ball free a few times and it led to Nuggets points the other way. But Bam, one possession I remember, Bam had a miscommunication with Caleb Martin where Caleb Martin cut baseline and Bam threw it to the corner right out of bounds. Bam had a few turnovers like that where the Nuggets just made it tough for him. And for the Heat's offense, Bam has been great scoring-wise these first 2.5 games, I should say. But if you're going to be asking him to nail that mid-range jumper all series and hitting those floaters, and you don't have Nikola Jokic's touch, the other team's going to take those shots every time and bet that over the course of a series, they're not going to fall and Bam's going to fall back down to earth. And that's kind of what he did in this game. It was a valiant effort by the Heat. This playoff run was mind-breaking in a lot of ways. Players coming back from the dead, seemingly out of the rotation, like Duncan Robinson, and then he comes alive, showing improved dribble drive game, attacking closeouts. Kevin Love reinserted into the starting lineup, taken out, not playing, then reinserted back into the lineup. Caleb Martin went crazy, lost his damn mind in the Celtics series. But when it comes down to it, the reason I had Nuggets in 5, the reason I still felt good about Nuggets in 5 even after they lost game 2, was because they have the best player in the world. They have the best duo in the NBA. But more than anything tonight, this was just a testament to how well the Nuggets built their team with players fitting around their 2 stars.